All right. Good morning, Mr. Chad Decker.
Hello. We had to have a countdown to start the countdown today. That's
and
how
then we redid it. Yes.
And we redid it, and then we had to recount the countdown and all that. So, what could have been, Nolan? What could have been? Is that what today's episode should have been called?
Well, it should have been for both the Vikings and the Bears games.
Yes.
And the Green Bay game.
Yes. Yes.
There's a lot of close games.
So I did not make it to the end of the Vikings game, and I woke up at about 4:30 this morning to puppy dog wanting to come into our room. And I'm like, fine. So I got up and I looked, and it was 20-21. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So wasn't able to watch any of the Bears Detroit game because they were playing the Chargers Packers. So I watched a little bit of that, but I didn't watch a whole lot of football yesterday. But was at my daughter's soccer game. You were giving me updates on the game, and I was like, oh no.
Well, we're sitting there, we're up 12, and my son and I, the old Jacob, he's the Bears fan too, and going back and forth, and I text him, I'm like, pretty nervous still. He goes, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And we dominated the Lions for 55 minutes.
I would say, yeah. There you go.
And I'm not going to say we exposed the Detroit Lions defense for 55 minutes because we know that the Detroit Lions defense isn't very good.
Right.
Gave up 38 points to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a very good defensive football team, and offensively, very streaky.
Yep.
And Roger Goodell was at the game. Of course, he got booed when he handed out an award to a veteran, which I'm hoping.
Oh, that's stay classy, Detroit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like hopefully they were booing Roger Goodell, but just watching that game, we were the better team.
And just
offensively, we were. I'm going to say it again. Justin Fields is next year's quarterback, and I may come back on this episode, but everybody's like, Justin Fields, another last-minute turnover. That's why he sucks. It's like, it wasn't even his fault. I don't know if you saw the last play.
No,
he dropped back, and our rookie, gave up a strip sack. I mean, came back, and Hutchinson, he didn't have 2 seconds to think about, okay, where am I going?
Right.
He dropped back, hit the ball out of his hand, game over.
So was it a lookout block? Is that what it was from your line? Just the guy let him through. So, I agree with you on the Detroit defense is that they're not that good, but they got a couple playmakers on there.
Oh,
he caused havoc. And
D-backs, not very good.
No.
We had the touchdown to Moore that he had the D-back beat by 5 yards.
Yeah.
We had another that if he wouldn't have stutter stepped, if he had just kept going up the field, would have been another touchdown. We had one dropped interception we had 2 dropped pick sixes.
You told me that. Yeah, you had said that.
Yeah, so you put that onto the board, and we win by more than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, okay.
But that's why you play the game. That's obviously stuff happens.
So you're bringing the scripted NFL thing back, is what you're saying by calling it Hollywood and with Goodell there.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I stressed this to you when Jacob and I went to the last game of the year.
Yeah,
game meant nothing for nobody except for the Bears bettering their draft position. Was all that this was. Well, they dominated the Vikings for 30 minutes. I was like, man, our defense looks good, blah, blah, blah. And the second half was horrible.
Terrible.
It's just like they decided that let's just let the Vikings score and win the game so we can have a better draft pick.
So it was a Charles Barkley second half.
Yeah, well, and then yesterday, 55 minutes of, I'm like, wow, we play any type of defense, even 20% of what we did in the first half. We win that ball game. They don't score in a minute and 30, and then they don't. And to me, it just seemed like Bears are out of the playoffs. So why would you want to win?
Right. Well, because you want to beat your rival.
You do. Yeah. Yep, you do.
I think
that's arguments for it, and there's arguments against it. Okay. So if we win, now we go to the 7th pick rather than the 4th pick. Do you get a caliber guy at 7 compared to 4?
But you still got number 1, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, does it though?
Well, then you trade it. If they would have won, they went to 7. This is all blah, but you trade. You trade.
But what if you have 1 and 3? Now you're trading. You could get a lot more in a trade rather.
Well, true. But do you want to? What's your biggest need? Sorry, I got a little scratch in my throat.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
We need. Everybody's saying quarterback, but I'm just not sold on any of those. I shouldn't say any of them. Caleb Williams, I'm not sold on him, and I know that's what everybody's hoping and praying for. I don't think he's the answer. I think Justin Fields is the quarterback. He proved it yesterday. And I know on Facebook, all the Detroit fans, you didn't even throw over 200 yards. Hey, he was winning the football game for 55 minutes.
Yeah.
He managed the game.
Yeah, that's tough.
You don't need a 350-yard passer every game. He managed the game to the point of, I texted you right before their second to last drive, and I said, hey, we need an 8-minute drive here.
Yeah.
Text Jacob. Yeah. And we had an 8-minute drive, and I'm like, sweet. Got a field goal out of it. 8 minutes were taken off. We're down to 4.5 minutes, and I'm looking at the clock going, if they score quickly, we could be in trouble.
You need yeah. So your positive thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, so
were you believing in the Lions coming back and winning? Were you? You were nervous, right?
Oh yeah, I was nervous from that. Yeah. Being up 12, I thought it's a 2-score game, but yet, just the way and the reason I say scripted is because of when we needed a couple first downs, we handed the ball off twice and they ran up right behind the center. And it was right to their biggest guy and we got stuffed.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? We got speed. We've got DJ Moore. We've got Mooney. Let's flip it out to them and see if they can get around the edge. We have Justin Fields. Bootleg him around the outside. How many times did he get 7-8 yards a pop? Why are we handing off to our smallest running back to go into the line of scrimmage against the biggest guys on the damn football team?
Now you're talking about my Alexander Madison. That's how we were. But they were running the ball pretty well last night.
They had some good runs.
I didn't even check the stats on the Vikings, but because I saw the Josh Dobbs pass to the Oliver, Dobbs was rolling out and all of a sudden looked like the guy was going to sack him and they just kind of flipped it up and over his head and he scored. I was like, all right. And then about the last thing I remember.
But Dobbs did that on the last drive. He had another one where he rolled out. They blitzed him. He rolled out and he just threw it up and luckily it fell incomplete. But I'm like, okay, now there's the Dobbs that is on 9 different teams.
Yeah, right.
The guy that, you need to throw it out of bounds. You can't just throw it up and hoping your wide receiver. There's one that should have been probably intentional grounding. He never got called for it. But I don't know. It was the Vikings game to lose, and they let the Broncos come down. But give Broncos credit, though. They're not the crappy Bronco team that we thought they were because they beat the Chiefs and the Bills back to
back. Right. And and they beat another playoff team last night. So so I did see their first drive when Dobbs took that hit and they said the guy illegally hit him. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
He lowered his head. That's when the fumble came. He lowered his head and just went in on him. And they said the ref in the studio said, "Oh, that should have been a 15-yard foul or whatever," and that would have taken 3 points off the boards for Denver. But whatever. I don't ever blame the refs. I think the refs, it's crazy calling things out. I'll blame the refs
Did you like the? Were you able to read the or watch that video I sent you the other day or yesterday?
The Harbaugh one?
No, the one where the ref's standing behind during that field goal, and before the snap, he goes like this here. He does the legal false start.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
Yeah. I saw you sent me a Lion Spy.
Yeah, no, come on now. Okay. We're going to stop right here, buddy boy. Okay. So what was your argument for a whole 2 weeks? Why is this guy standing on the sidelines with sunglasses on and his hood up?
Is that
what
JJ?
is Justin Jefferson doing last night? It's normal, obviously. Isn't it? He's got his sunglasses on. He's got his hood up at night in Denver. I know the lights are bright in Denver, but
yeah.
But did you like the Bill Burr on the Michigan cheating scandal?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? Did you watch
I watched a little bit of it. No, because when I was at that soccer game and then I come back and I kind of watch them a little bit later.
Oh, I got you.
I'll watch it today. I was busy this morning and then I got a couple meetings this afternoon, but I'll get to it. So what happened? So Vikings, obviously, still there, still think they're going to make the playoffs, all that good stuff.
They should. Yeah. The NFC is looking a little rough,
a little terrible, but all that good stuff. So why did Harbaugh all of a sudden accept that 3-game suspension?
To get it over with, so he's not suspended for the bowl game, for the playoffs.
So you didn't
see the article. They're not going to drop the 3-game suspension. They want to enforce it. So he said, you know what? I'll take the penalty and move on.
And the added extra what they found out and said, I told you they were, if you do this, you will do this and it's okay. And it just said, we're done investigating it. And it went away. And I told you that if you go back about 5 episodes, but I thought he'd get 1 game reduced. I really did. So how do you think
I did too, because of, it's scouting. So it is what it is. You watched did you watch the whole video of the Bill Burr?
No, you just asked me that. And I said, no.
You didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I will. I said,
you will watch. Oh yeah. That's the one you're watching afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You watch that. And
it's from a Michigan fan point of view. It's like Ric Flair saying it's us against them.
Sign stealing stuff. That's just somebody over there pissed somebody off and they decided to go after them for what everybody is doing. Like every single college football game you watch, people are covering their mouth like Joe Pesci in Casino. They're holding up a sign. There's like a slice of pizza, a picture of Urkel, and the sign for pie. Why do you think they're doing that? And then also, I'm so sick of them acting like stealing signs isn't an incredible skill. Trying to figure out the labyrinth that they've created that maybe gives you an advantage on 1 or 2 plays. And I guess if it's a 1-point game, you want to say that was the play that did it. It's just like they're not over there going like, throw the
There's
ball
a good one here
to
coming
22.
Up, though.
Okay. And you're like not supposed to look at them. It's all disguised. And if somebody can figure that out, fine. But, you do it to the level of the Astros where, like, people are wired up like they're trying to take down a mob family. That's, by the way, that's why that was true cheating is because they don't even bring it up. I was watching.
Yeah. Well, we'll stop there. But, yeah,
okay. So, again, I think you have missed the point of.
Why is it always me that misses
Because this is what it is. He lied about it. He said, I know nothing about it. But he did. Nolan, he knew about it and he said he didn't, and that is why you're just like still everybody does it. Well, yeah, everybody does it, but he got caught and he lied about it, dude. It's like, that's why he's suspended for 3 games.
Yeah,
because he told a little
because Jim Harbaugh pissed somebody off.
Well, yeah, and if you go back in a couple of other of these episodes, you'll hear me say that. Not a lot of people like Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a winner.
Yeah.
And people like to take winners down. They want to be the winner.
Yep.
So,
and like I said, they would have never done this to Nick Saban.
Oh,
They wouldn't have.
I can't answer that
But
one.
I mean, you can't. I mean, as far as what was just said, I mean, you've got signs being held up, and if you have signs that are being just dissected and figured out, then you might want to switch your signs.
Well, I agree with that. And I will disagree.
This should not be fastball all the time.
Yeah, I disagree with what that guy said about if you know their signs, that's an advantage. It is. Yeah. It is not just for one or two plays. It's an advantage, and
but it should be a different sign every play. Now, if you got the defense,
if you just run a I-32 every play,
that's right.
It's
exactly.
Sooner or later, they're gonna catch up.
Yeah,
and every team does it, Nolan. I'd even buy into a little bit of when the Broncos assistant coaches were listening to the Viking play calls last night. I could see that happening, and probably at some point coming out and saying, okay, yep, Cincinnati got caught listening to Pittsburgh's headphone thing, where the quarterback, but he just told a fib. What would have happened if he would have came out right away and said, yeah, we did it. I'm sorry.
He'd probably be the Bears head coach right now.
You think he would? They wouldn't have. I don't know. They would have probably suspended him for one game and said, okay, here you go. Because maybe two, because it's a second offense this year because of illegal stuff that he did back when you couldn't recruit players, and now that doesn't exist anymore. So he's not well liked. They were out to get him. Do they beat Ohio State this week? We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Maybe for Thursday or Friday's episode on whatever we do. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah.
Usually this Thanksgiving weekend is a good sporting weekend. So.
Yep, it will be. Sometimes and of course we have to watch Detroit on Thanksgiving again, but
I don't have to.
No, you don't have to. It being the Packers and Lions, that even makes it even more. I'm hoping it's 70 degrees out and I can play some flag football out in the front yard. And
that's called that trash TV. That's called. But I don't know. Good stuff. So, what else did you take away from this week's games? I noticed a couple things that last couple weeks. Some receivers just have a hard time catching the ball.
Yeah.
It's like they're more like the one-handed grab seems to be more and more the norm. And when it hits you right
on ESPN, then
and when it hits you right in the chest where it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen dropped like 4 of them yesterday when I was watching the Packers Chargers.
Yeah. And Laporta, he's got to learn how to sign steal because he didn't even know his own route to run. He went in and we almost had another pick six. And it's just like, where was Laporta going? It's just like, or who was wrong?
Yeah, that's funny. It's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But of course, I got Facebook up. I'm always rolling through.
You're angry.
This NFC North, this guy reposts this, and he says, "Where are you Bears fans at now? Packers, Vikings, how you feel?" 339 comments. He circles it, but he was pretty proud of that. That was his post.
Yeah.
So he was proud he got 339 comments on it
for a stupid, nonsensical whatever. So
yeah. Choke Bears fans, stay choking on Kitten. And I won't read the rest of it. It's like,
don't be playing that music.
Don't be playing that one.
We'll get cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. You did something. Let's see what you said. This Detroit one, Jack Goff. Nice work. Jack Goff you had to use it, did you? No.
Any comments?
Oh yeah, some guy. Give them a break. They've been blank for the last 30 years. LOL. Wow. Bears over Lions. Roger Goodell hand delivered the script. Bears dominate for 55 minutes. No. You're such a
I'm poking.
You demand, brother. You're poking. Yeah. I seldom do I get Facebook notifications, and then I wake up in the morning and I got like 50.
800 of them. Here's one from Aaron. Bears fans already making excuses and blaming refs. Only losers blame officials. They sucked for both teams. 3 times Bears got first on penalties when should have been punting. Well, that's what happens when you do get pass interference calls, when you get held.
Yeah.
They showed them on TV.
Yeah.
Reality is your team choked and got beat by the Lions in the second worst game they played all season. Deal with it.
That's with the exception of the ref stuff. Do you think the Bears choked? Or do you think Detroit won? They're choking.
I already told you. Chicago played for a draft pick in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
I don't even think it's a point of choking. I think there was a call from Ryan Poles going, hey, what are we doing here?
Run the I-32.
If that's the case, if we totally choked defensively, Eberflus should be gone today. There's no question to ask. You don't get beat by 12 when you're up 12 with 4.5 minutes to go. Eberflus should be gone today if he choked away a 12-point lead. If he's still safe, there's some chatting going on. Going, hey, good loss last night. We're still in the top 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just love the way you think sometimes, brother.
I know. I got this. Yeah, wheels are always turning. You know?
I know it. It's so funny just to listen to. Here's what's happening. I'm gonna do this.
And then when we're sitting in the home in about 30 years and all this is going to come out, I'll be going,
yeah, I remember that time.
No.
Yeah. We'll be old the score then, right? Super
here's
old.
another one from
all right.
From Crown Rochester Hills. I don't know if that's anybody close to you. The Bears made history yesterday. The first team in 48 years to lose a game after getting 3 turnovers. We actually had 4, but good research. Yeah. That's special.
And I'm sure that's not the truth.
Well, this guy come on and says, no way this is accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should type in fake news bandwagon.
Okay. I'll just read it. Fake news bandwagon.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, Rochester Hills must be in Michigan. That's not around here.
Oh, okay.
Not around here, brother. Or wherever they're from. Anyways, so going to Deadwood later this week, I heard, right?
I don't know. We're thinking about it. Might go on Wednesday and not going to use my picks, obviously. But I did win the Bears plus 7.5. I did win that one.
You did win that one. I'll give you that. And I did win the Vikings.
Won the Denver minus 2.5.
But you didn't.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
But I did.
I put him on a parlay. I lose the parlay. I get it.
Yeah. So, and then we lost our Coach Prime. I'm never betting on him again.
No, Prime is, even when he goes to Texas A&M, I'm not betting.
I'm not betting on that joker anymore. Ohio State, it was looking good for a while, buddy. It was looking good. They were, every time they'd turn around, they were scoring.
PJ says they're fine, though.
Yeah. Lakers in Portland. I just don't. It's just a hot hand, isn't it? Like who's
all it takes is a bad third quarter. And I think it was the third quarter. I think Lakers were outscored like 23-21. Well, if you're not scoring 30 points in each quarter. Yeah. So that kind of shot them, and they came up like 8 or 10 points short of the 223 points we needed.
Yeah.
But just imagine how interesting that is if you're in a sport book watching that, needing that for like $1,000.
So if you're betting $1,000, do you really care? Honestly, I mean, for real.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm saying the win 1,000.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you can bet $50 and have 4 teams, and you can win like $1,500. I mean,
okay. See, I don't understand that parlay. I mean, I get it. You got to pick all 4 games, right?
So if you pick an underdog in there and they win, that like doubles your. It all depends on that. Yeah, it all depends on the plus minus. But yeah, there's times where you can put 2 underdogs with 2 for sure's, and you could win a pile of money off of $50 or whatever. So, and that's the bad thing about it. It's like you got the parlay, but it's like, okay, you need 2 miracles to happen.
You need Colorado to beat Washington State.
Oh yeah,
and then you win.
Glad I didn't take that +4, huh?
Yeah.
On a bet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They got throttled.
Oh, and then his boy was getting chanted off the field. You hear that?
No, I didn't.
The overrated.
Oh, yeah. Was there? Okay.
Had the overrated chant going on. And he walked down with his head hanging down. It's just like, and nobody grabbed him and said, "Pick your head up." He held his head the whole way down off of the football field. Yeah. Walked like he was lost his mom. I mean, I'm like, come on, dude, pick your head up.
Yeah.
Nope. Walk right to the sidelines.
Okay. So we're getting to the end of college football. Is Prime, truth or fiction, is Prime the coach of Colorado next year?
No, I doubt it. I think he came in and got the economy up in Boulder, and I think he's going to move on.
Smoked a bunch of weed and moving on, baby.
Yeah, I think he's moving on. I don't see him.
What do they got left? 2 games left. 2 games left. You got to win 6 to be bowl eligible, which the Gophers are in danger of not doing.
We got. There's really only one good game this weekend, isn't there? Just the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Well, isn't it like Arizona or not, or like
Oregon and Oregon State are playing?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of good games. This is usually like rivalry week.
No, next week will be that.
Okay. So
there might be rivalries, but there's no top-rated teams playing each other.
Well, they play Utah next.
Like Georgia plays Georgia Tech, but that's 1 versus. And
I think the Gophers play like Michigan for the battle axe. So it's like that. It's like those games. So yeah. It ain't the Buffs aren't going to the playoff. They're not going to the bowl game this year, buddy.
No.
You got to have 6 wins. The best they can finish is 5-7. So it ain't happening.
No.
Goodbye, Neon Dion Prime.
SEC championship in a couple weeks, Georgia and Alabama.
Is that's set for sure already?
Yep. That's Saturday, December 2nd.
Okay.
Georgia,
then who did Alabama play over the weekend? Chattanooga? Like a team.
Yeah, they pummeled somebody this weekend.
Yeah, man, that's just like crazy. I don't think if I was those top 4 teams, I don't want to play Alabama, man. They're coming on strong.
Yeah, they play Auburn this weekend.
Yeah, so another close, good game. I mean, that's the, I don't know, they call it some bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. Army Navy's coming up in a few weeks, but yeah, there's a lot of bowls that'll be coming up. Starting December 16th is when the bowl season starts.
Bowl week, baby. Bowl week. Love it. That's usually some good TV watching. Usually pretty close on those bowl games until they get to the playoffs, and then I lose interest. But now that we got this cast pod going on,
I know you've become a.
We'll have to
junkie.
Yes, we will have to maybe put a lot of money on those bowl games. See who can do better out of all the bowls.
So big game tonight.
Who you got?
Eagles I know we took at the Chiefs.
We took the over.
Yep, we both took the over.
Taylor Swift is not going to be there. So let's just get that out of the way. Yep. So that's
and I still have $700 in my account. Since you said that I wasn't going to have any money.
Well, that was last weekend.
Oh, you said that last weekend too.
Yeah. I just texted you this week. I said, if you have a rough weekend, man, you're going to be out of Dallas. But then I forgot you run the Ravens game, so I forgot that you already had the $200. So
yeah.
I texted.
I think we do. I do another 100.
Well, why don't you just?
I'm doing Philadelphia plus 2.5.
Philly plus 2.5.
And that'll be for another 100.
So that means what to all of us that don't understand? The Chiefs
Eagles,
got to win. The Chiefs got to win by 3, or the Eagles got to win by 3.
The Eagles can lose by 2 and still win.
Okay. Well, then I'll put 100. I'll put 100 on the Chiefs.
Okay.
Sound good?
So the Chiefs, their only option is to
win.
Yeah. Philadelphia wins. It's money in my pocket.
Okay.
An inch closer to you. I'd be 900. You'd be 4,400.
No, 4,500 unless it goes over
4,500.
But if it goes over, we both win 200.
Come on, Nolan.
Yeah. So what's our holiday weekend? What's our holiday weekend look like? Are we going to talk before Turkey Day?
Yeah, I think maybe we'll put a Wednesday one out. What do you think?
Depends on where I go.
Well, yeah.
I can do Wednesday night.
Yeah, I can do Wednesday night too.
You know, Wednesday night.
Yep.
So we'll make our Turkey Day predictions Wednesday
Turkey
night.
Day. Yep, got 3 games. And then that works for me. Works for me, brother.
And really there's 2 good games. That Dallas Commanders could be good.
I think they'll all be good. I mean, it's something to do. It's going to be cold here, so we're going to be
and there's a first ever Black Friday game.
Yes.
Dolphins at Jets. That's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, you might as well stay hurt because he ain't coming back for the playoffs. Yep. I think how many games out there they know?
Sorry, I just read a text from my boss. Well,
sorry, buddy.
Jets are 4-6. So they're 2 games out of the playoffs right now.
Jets are,
yeah. So I think they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Currently, the top 5 picks in next year's NFL draft will be Carolina, which will be Chicago, Arizona, New England, Chicago, Giants. New England had the bye week, so they're sitting at 2-8. Bears will have a bye week, I think, after next week. And then everybody should be good on their bye weeks.
Yeah, Vikings, Bears have their bye weeks after the game that we're at.
Yeah, and I think the Bears actually play Arizona when they come off their bye week. That will be a huge game. That will either blow up my script idea or we'll see how that game goes.
All right.
So we'll be watching that game very closely.
So are you sold? Kyler Murray, man, he makes that team better, buddy. For the Cardinals.
What do you do this weekend?
I know you're not a fan, but I mean, he had him in the game against the Texans.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a baller, dude. He's a baller.
Had 51 rushing yards, touchdown, 214 passing, touchdown, interception, sacked 3 times.
Dude's a baller.
Stroud was just a little bit better. Stroud's got to take care of his interceptions, but
he threw 2 bad ones yesterday, and they were talking on the halftime shows that there were uncharacteristically interceptions from CJ Stroud. Well, the guy's only played 10 games.
Yeah. I mean, and Houston did something that you do not see very often. They had, as far as rushing goes, Devin Singletary 22 carries, 112 yards.
Yep.
Stroud had a carry for -1. Boone and Beck each had 1 carry each for 0 yards. So it was all Singletary. There wasn't 2 guys sharing the load. There wasn't. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not sold on Houston quite yet. But
I'm sold on their coach, DeMarco Ryan. Just high energy, not Dan Campbell-ish, still a little bit, but not like we're gonna eat their kneecaps off.
Yeah,
bring your diaper to the game, and just like Let's go out there and play tough defense, and let's play offense, and let's win.
Houston's going to make playoffs, I think.
I think they will. And then your post earlier last week of that defense wins championships. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah. You still got to have a semi-decent offense nowadays to do
nowadays,
that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
back in the day,
we're not talking about Trent Dilfer days and we're
right.
Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all that Ravens defense when he'd come out and do his funky dance before the game. And
that's what we need to do. Get some smoke and fog and use some Ric Flair screaming.
It's legal here, so maybe the next time, and I can do it at home all by my lonesome.
So Vikings still in the playoffs, but Green Bay knocking on the door.
Knock, knock, knock.
Game and a half behind Minnesota,
but we still got Packers coming to. Yep. So, like they were talking about with Joe Burrow getting hurt. After today's game or last night's game, they got a pretty easy schedule. The Vikings. No, the Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah. They said this, I don't know. The guy that came in, what was his name? For Cincinnati. Browning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad coming 8 for 14, 68 yards, touchdown. Played a better Baltimore team, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're gonna figure him out. He's so it'll be different.
And the Vikings still have to play that. What's his name? Starts with an F. Fields.
Jack Goff.
I think it's Fields or Field.
Justina Fields. Yeah, I think they play them next Monday night, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope I remember to head east.
A week from tonight, we will most likely be doing a live podcast from where?
US Bank Stadium.
And we will be watching the Chicago-less Justina Fields versus
the Chicago.
Now I gotta push the button on Spotify because now it's a vulgar freaking podcast. Way to go, Nolan.
I know.
Way to go.
What are you saying? The fieldless. What do you say?
The Justina Fieldless.
No, he's playing. That's the thing now.
I'm just saying
I should be a Bears fan and trash talk because we shouldn't trash talk.
No, I'm just saying that Justina Fieldless is gone. Justin Fields is coming to Minnesota. Get it? You don't get it. Yeah. All right. So anything you say bad about the Vikings, it doesn't care about. I could give two lips about.
Have I said anything bad about the Vikings?
No, you can't.
Have I not been the most positive person in my 51-year history?
Yeah, I would say
I have to be the most positive non-Viking fan that I have ever been. I don't know if it's age has caught up to me to the point of,
I think he finally realized it's just a sport. And there's nothing you can't really cheer any louder or anything.
Well, even yesterday when they got beat, the Bears got beat. It was just like, yeah. And the only thing, if I didn't have this thing, I'd have probably been just fine. But then of course you flip it on and hey, where are you Bears fans at now?
I think from here on out, I'm gonna have to shut the phone off on Sundays for you. I'm gonna.
It's like we're still here.
Yep.
Okay. I clicked on 7 profiles last week before this game. 7 profiles. Okay. They all joined the group like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, we're 8-2 now. I'm going to start trash talking.
So here's what, instead of looking at their profiles, you can just see the little hand saying that they're new.
Oh, is there a new one? It says new?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just well, it doesn't say top contributor, that's for sure.
No, that's only reserved for the good people like you and I. Yeah. Well, how many comments did you throw out last night? My phone kept
I don't know.
Blasting.
Now you got a guy that says, Bears fans, you had Bajent and he was winning. Now you start Fields and you lose. What happened to Mr. MVP? Come on. I mean, really? Bajent is not a starting quarterback.
So I'm going to teach you a lesson that my father Dale has said to me years and years and years ago, and he reminds me everyone. Well, he's taught me a lot of stuff, but he's like, just consider the source where some of these things come from.
I know.
And if you can just think that, stuff doesn't bother you. And then he also said, don't be stupid and don't hang out with people who are. And I've always tried to challenge that one. But he was always right. But no, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I just consider the source. Give the Kitty fans a little slack. They've never been in this position before. They've been on the bandwagon. The wheels are about to fall off when they play good teams, and it'll just be.
Okay, can I pass along a Facebook joke from Myron?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Myron says, if a bear and a Viking met in a bar, what would they say to each other? Nothing, because they're both too busy choking. Yeah.
Good old Myron. That's actually pretty funny.
It is. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they're both choking. It's kind of like
so's the name Myron.
Purple.
Yeah, so's the name Myron.
Myron.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's like, how many jokes did you hear? It's like, what color is a Viking? It's purple because he's choking. It's like, really? Okay. That one wore off.
I've never heard that one. That's the first time I ever heard that.
What?
Yeah. See, I've probably heard it. You probably said it to me at some point.
I've never said that to you. I've never said that. I would never use a joke like that on you.
And I will tell you, this on you is like, you actually like teared
this
up.
On you.
Kirk, my English is well today, buddy. When Kirk Cousins got hurt, you actually shed a tear, like a legit tear, I think, didn't you?
I kind of did, because he was proving my point. He was proving everybody wrong, and then, but he's coming back, so I'll have something else to.
He'll be back as a Viking next year. You wait and see. You wait and see.
Yeah, no, I think he will be. There's. I mean, what do you do with Dobbs?
He's on that 1 year deal. He's gonna sign somewhere next year. He'll get like a 3-year deal.
He's reckless though.
Yeah, you kind of saw that last night.
Yep.
But it's kind of fun to watch.
I just don't understand how, as a offensive coordinator and a coach, how you go from a Kirk Cousins to a Dobbs.
Well, that's the thing. Like
offensive line, everything.
Like I was watching the first half with Becky last night, and she's like, well, why is he running? Like, because
he can.
Because these big guys are chasing him. And then that's when I thought to and I didn't say this to Becky because she wouldn't understand, but a lot of those times Kirk Cousins would have been sacked, or
he would have got rid of the ball already.
He would have got rid of the ball. But I mean, I like it when a quarterback rolls out like they've been doing with Dobbs. I get a little nervous with his ball handling skills because he took a lick like on that first drive, man. Oh man, I was like, here comes Nick Mullins. But anyways, so all right, buddy. Well, I got a text from my boss. I got to kind of wrap up here pretty quick.
Well, my one thing I want to mention: who's in first place in the Western Conference in the NBA? Percentage points.
Is it the Minnesota Timberwolves?
They are. They are at 9-3, nice. 750 winning percentage. Nuggets now sitting in third place.
Let's go Wolves.
Pelicans by 1.
Yep. Lost to
kind of got a little bit beat up by Phoenix.
Yep. Well, Phoenix has got Durant. I still think Durant's a hell of a player.
But back-to-back wins over the Warriors was huge.
Huge. Yep. So right on. So and then who's leading it overall? Like is Philly in the lead, or the Bucks, or the Celtics?
Boston's 11-2, Philly 10-3, and then the T-Wolves come in 9-3. And they are not in town this weekend, so I can't come out early to go watch a Timberwolves game with my buddy Chad Decker.
That's right, but we'll make it happen.
But we are going to go at the Monday night. We will be in the end zone.
We will.
If you need pictures with us, we'll be down there.
We'll be signing autographs with Joey Browner and Fred. Oh no, he passed away. Rick Danmeyer, if anyone remembers Rick Danmeyer.
I'm glad you say people that passed away because I feel bad when I was like, you're like, he passed away, dumbass. Oh, sorry.
I didn't say the full name. If I said Fred, you'd say.
I'd say Blentnikoff.
Do you know who Fred is from the Vikings?
Fred Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now again, Nolan. Now I gotta hit the freaking. It's a dirty podcast. Son of a gun.
Well,
takes a guy from North Dakota to ruin it for everybody. So,
but there is talk. There's a rumor going out there, Chad. There's a rumor that Know the Score is going to blow the horn to start the game on Monday night. Yeah. Yeah, they had Scott Studwell, I guess, penciled in.
Yeah,
but something came up, and they're
hey, $20 is $20, buddy.
Doesn't even sound like the horn. It's just
yeah, it's just a loud, and then you go. Go.
Hey, and I picked the under 50 minutes today, so put $200 in mine.
Okay, we'll go to 900. So, all right. Okay. We'll chat at you later, my friend.
Hopefully Wednesday night we'll do our special Thanksgiving special.
Pre-Thanksgiving special. Might be a few surprise guests on there, or there might not. Just depends.
Just all